IRFM now presents Outta Road, a 5-minute radio serial drama.
Ready fi burn them up, them no write it. Ready fi burn them up.
Well, I don't know what's the real big man segment.
The program really reached a lot of young people, a lot of youth. It spoke about youth empowerment, HIV, drug abuse, crime and violence, teenage pregnancy. It looked at all the issues that are affecting our young people now.
The negativity is not something that is needed in society, and with Outta Road we tried the messages that we brought out, we tried to show them that there were actually ways out of the negativity. You can rise above your situations.
It's really youth-centered. It is for young people. And as the name stated, Outta Road, it is things that are happening Outta Road. And when they came up with that name, it was very catchy. Everybody could relate to it. When they were Outta Road, they were thinking about things that are happening out on the street, in the schools, wherever. And I find that I have a lot of young people coming up to me who know me, saying, Rachel, I heard your voice on the radio, you know. How can I be a part of that program?
Many young persons have been able to look at the scenarios because some of them have been in similar situations.
The scripts that were written, they are really talking about things that are affecting our young people. And it helps to talk about youth empowerment and how peer pressure can cause you to get caught up in certain things that you should not be caught up in. And the young people out there, they are relating to it because they can find themselves doing some of these things. They find themselves doing some of these things, and after listening to the Outta Road program, they realize that with their action come consequences.
Last year, December, when we had World AIDS Day, a few members from the team went down to Hanover. Went to Hanover down by Lucy, and we had a role play, and we're talking about HIV/AIDS, and we're talking about the message, and it was the reaction, because we're out there. It's not like we're not in like this enclosed area. We're not in any particular like a building. We're in the square. We're in the taxi stand. So the taxi men are seeing it. School children are seeing it. Everybody's been exposed to it, and we're preaching and we're talking about it, and we talk the message with related HIV/AIDS concept, we related also relationship and stuff forth, and the reaction was positive.
I know a friend of mine, I wouldn't say the name, but he was one of the person who you'd say was brought up in a garrison community, but I find that he's telling me that he listened to this program and he's able to relate to Steve, because the situation with Steve in Outta Road is that Steve was a good boy until he got caught up in certain things and he had to do certain things, and he was comparing Steve to himself, talking about his situation that he's in presently and how he thinks he can get out of it. And after listening to the program, he realized that it's not the best thing for him, and he was able to stand up for his right. And you know, it's very hard to stand up for your right nowadays, especially to so-called dons. But he was able enough to voice his opinion and voice his concern about how he's feeling. But it is evident that people do listen to the program and are impacted positively by the program, because, as I said before, it's not watered down. It's as it is, it's very straightforward. So I guess young girls, they're able to relate to the whole teenage pregnancy situation, getting rape and such. They're able to relate to it and realize that, hey, this program is really reaching out to the young people.
They've seen that it's their peer, somebody within their age group that is speaking to them, and they listen and they realize that, hey, there's no need for me to rush into sex. Another key thing that I've always said to them is that being virtuous, it gives you an elevated estimation of who you are, It doesn't matter whether or not you're having sex because at the end of the day, it's about how you feel about yourself.
One of the scenes is where Tony, who likes Wendy Marie, she's at church and they develop this friendship. Then Tony wants to take this friendship to another level. And it so happened that Wendy Marie put herself in a compromising position where she was there with him alone and he tried to kiss her and tried to touch her. And then she grabbed herself and realized that what she's doing is wrong and she asked him to stop, which he refused to, and then she demanded him to stop and he stopped. And that shows you the strength of that character, that young girls can be strong regardless of the situation. They can say no to certain things. They don't have to be pressured into certain things. So I guess a lot of young ladies out there probably learned something from that episode. For me, reading the episode, it really grabbed me. So I really learned something from it, and I hope other people out there learn something from it. So both male and female.
Check yourself. Sometimes it's rough out a road.